is Tennessee's situation better or worse with schools changing quarterbacks? And I want to go down the list of the SEC schedule. Georgia's the first SEC game, September the 13th. It's a concern for Tennessee to have Georgia not return Carson Beck because these are case-by-case bases here. Why is it a concern? I don't know if Georgia's going to upgrade at quarterback, but if they don't, they're going to upgrade everywhere else with the extra NIL money they just got. And so I think that's part of it.
Better or worse without Carson Beck?
Just with or without Carson Beck, blindly not knowing who the quarterback would be coming in, just putting in an average quarterback, I would say, and everything else stays the same, I would say they're worse. But I don't think they're going to be worse because I think they're going to get more talent around whoever the next quarterback is, and I think the next quarterback's going to be fine. So I think with all that, and there'll be chemistry. The chemistry will be better. I think Carson Beck was a chemistry issue for Georgia.
That, and I didn't like his arm at times. Now, I've been told that it was a little banged up, but chemistry issues, and I saw an arm that wasn't nearly as strong as I thought it would be. So to me, that would be the differentiating factor. And but ultimately it's the chemistry issue. I'm all for guys making money, but listen, if you are bragging about your Lambo when your offensive guard can barely afford a Hyundai, that's not the way to go about things.
No, it's not. And it was very problematic that he did that. So I think they're better. Going down, let's see, Mississippi State. I don't think that matters. I think Tennessee's beating Mississippi State no matter what. Arkansas and Knoxville, I'm telling you guys right now, and Dave, you probably could speak more to this than me, they're not losing that game to Arkansas at home. They're not going to let that happen.
Yeah, I don't gamble. That's the one that I would gamble on.
Alabama losing Jalen Milroe. Guys, be concerned. I said last year that, look, I'm going to tell you what Kalen DeBoer did with Jalen Milroe. It's similar to what Josh Heupel did with Joe Milton. Kalen DeBoer did not like Jalen Milroe for his offense. He didn't. But Jalen Milroe had the team. The team loved him. And Kalen DeBoer, his first year at Alabama, didn't want to lose the team. So his whole philosophy was, I'm going to stay afloat. Let me just stay afloat and try to manufacture 8 to 9 wins out of Milroe his first year at Alabama. Maybe with luck, I could get us to the playoff, and then I'll get my quarterback in. I think with Ty Simpson or whoever else he's got coming, whoever else he's looking at, he's going to have his guy next year. And I think that's kind of scary because, Dave, you've seen Kalen DeBoer with the right quarterback. I mean, he turned Michael Penix Jr. into a Heisman contender and an NFL draft pick. And so I think Kalen DeBoer, when he gets his quarterback in, Alabama's going to be a lot scarier this upcoming year than they were last year.
I'm with you on Jalen Milroe. I don't think he was a good fit. I almost think if they just get a slightly above average quarterback, that's a good fit. Whereas Jalen Milroe is probably an A+ athletic quarterback. I think they'd be better off with a guy that's a better fit for their system. So I'm with you on Jalen Milroe, but I think that Carson Beck being gone makes Georgia better too. So as strange as it sounds, I'm going to go ahead and say bank on it. Tennessee's 2 key opponents, Georgia and Alabama, will be better at the quarterback position than they were last year with 2 guys that were considered all SEC type of guys before the season began. Bank on it.
Commercial Bank is your neighborhood bank. What makes us different from other banks? We understand that every customer has unique opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. We don't expect you to fit into the same box as the next person or business. Whether it's purchasing a home, saving for your child's future, or planning for your next vacation, we're with you every step of the way to navigate life's big decisions.
All right, so do we agree? Because the poll question is up now, and that is this. Vols are better off with Beck and Milroe gone. Yes or no? Now, the thing that we have to keep in mind is we don't know. We know Gunnar Stockton. We know he's pretty good, and I think he's similar to Carson Beck. If he's a better leader, then he'll automatically be better. Do we know what Jalen Milroe is going to do at quarterback?
Do we know what Jalen Milroe's replacement's going to do?
Alabama's going to do at quarterback, excuse me.
We do not know right now. I believe right now they're looking at Will Keelan, Ty Simpson, and Keelan Russell, Ty Simpson, and Austin Mack are pretty much in the race right now. Keelan Russell, I think they are all guys who signed with Alabama directly out of high school. So it's people that Keelan Russell is a 5-star out of Texas, signed with, is in the 2025 class. He's the one that Kalen DeBoer specifically went after. Ty Simpson was the guy that Nick Saban went after and brought in the Notre Dame offensive coordinator a couple years ago to try to work with him, and it just didn't work out. Austin Mack, on the other hand, followed Kalen DeBoer to Alabama. He transferred from Washington. So he does have experience playing for Kalen DeBoer. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's between Austin Mack and Keelan Russell, and either of those could work out because Ty Simpson didn't work out. I just don't think Ty Simpson's cut out to play college football. I think he was overrated coming out. Coach's son out of Chattanooga. Isn't it Chattanooga or was it Martin? I forget. But yeah, I'm not so sure he's cut out for the college level, but they're going to get their guy and they're going to be fine, guys. So the next scary one, though, Dave, is we didn't bring him up, but Oklahoma. Oklahoma ditched Jackson Arnold. They went for John Mateer, who transferred from Washington State. He was a 3,000-yard passer last year. And they also got Kevin Concepcion, the NC State wide receiver. My question with that, though, is should Tennessee really worry about that? Or is that going to be one of those things where, put it this way, I got a question with you with Oklahoma. Are the quarterbacks bust there, or is the coaching just bad there that makes you look bad? Put it this way, the best analogy is all the actors in the Star Wars prequels get like crapped on for how they acted, but we realized that was George Lucas was the problem, not the actors themselves.
Okay. So I don't know that they have the offensive mind that they thought they did when they made a move to hire who was at
Seth Littrell.
Yeah, I don't think they got out of that what they thought they would get. I don't think that's a great offense. Listen, Jackson Arnold was rated like the third highest quarterback in his class. So, yes, there are classic busts where it doesn't matter how you coach them, but you hate for him to get away and not be a high-level player. I mean, you have to question the coaching to some extent, don't you?
To a huge extent, absolutely. I think that's a big part of it. I mean, it reminds me of during the Tennessee decade of dysfunction, you saw guys that were total busts at Tennessee and then ended up being very successful in the NFL that really kind of made it stand out of, oh, they just didn't use them right at Tennessee. And yeah, you have to think Oklahoma's in that situation right now with their players. I mean, I still maintain that that's what happened to Jared Garantano at Tennessee. I mean, the guy does have NFL money for a reason. He was just so grossly misused in Knoxville because he was taking over. He was just leading Tennessee through a terrible situation during that period with Jeremy Pruitt.